Now, here's something fun. This year, tokenization on the XRP system has been through the roof. A lot of big news is coming out, and it's clear that the XRP system is setting itself up to be a major player in the on chain economy. I'm going to give you some numbers. On the XRP record right now, there are tokens worth more than $364 million. In just 30 days, that's a 13% rise. Stablecoins are up even more, with a 38% rise to about $277.5 million. Now, I've been keeping a close eye on these numbers. This is why you should care. Tokenization is still very new and in its early stages, but this market will be worth a lot of money. For sure, trillions with a T. And networks like the XRP database will get a huge piece of that pie. I'm not trying to get you excited or get you to click on something. This is just the truth. There is no doubt that the XRP system will be worth a lot of money. How can I be so sure of that? Easy. It's easy to see that tokenization is getting a lot of attention from big names. Ripple and the XRP database are two examples. Let's look at what's been going on for the past 30 days because some interesting people have been moving around. The economy grew the most, by about $30 million. This stablecoin from Circle made them 36% more money. OpenEden is up about 9.5% to $84 million, and Ono is up almost 34% to $40.4 million. Most recently, OpenEden's T-bills and Vert have been the big winners. Vert has been growing like crazy over the last couple of weeks. It's great to see this enthusiasm grow. There is already a lot of variety on the XRP ledger when you look at the asset types and issuers. We have US bonds, stablecoins, stocks, real estate, and private loans. But here's the thing, this is only the start. The SEC and CFTC are working hard to make rules clear and the tokenization space more developed. As a result, a lot more value will move into these public networks. There are about $18.14 billion worth of room on public networks right now, and XRP is ranked around number 10. However, I think we'll move up that list pretty quickly as more value is added to the XRP ledger. In other words, XRP is in a great place right now. Now, let me tell you about some recent events. A report from Whale Insider on September 22nd talks about the XRP system roadmap. They said 3 big things were coming. For native asset support, loan protocols, and zero-knowledge privacy, tokens can be used for more than one thing. But now for the big one. The multi-purpose token, the first function, just went live. That's right, it's already turned on. In other news, VEX0 just said that these new multi-use tokens based on tokens are now active on the XRP system. In their words, let everything be tokenized, move on to the next step. To be honest, they're not wrong. Right now you might be thinking what MPTS or this multi-purpose token standard are. So here it is. It's a brand new standard made to make sure that big players in the market have everything they need to tokenize a lot of assets. The fact that the XRP system can now do this is a real game changer. The multi-use coin white paper was just released by Ripple XDev. Even though I haven't gotten it yet, they've given us some great information. I'm going to explain what MPTS are. These are brand new tokens that are part of the XRP ledger. They were made to meet the real-world needs of developers and businesses. What's unique about them? The information and compliance features of MPTS are built right into the standard. For issuers, this means a very simple way to make and handle assets. There won't be any messy custom contracts or lost time or money. This is the real future of turning assets into tokens. A new standard for tokens that was made for high-level banking on the XRP ledger. Businesses are going to love this because it means faster time to market, a lot less operating risk, and a lot easier integration with the tools they already have. It means more real-world assets will be safe on the XRP ledger, which is built for stability, lightning-fast speed, and predictable settlement. An in-depth look at how MPTS are made with built-in compliance rules is given in the white paper. Things like Know Your Customer, KYC, and Anti-Money Laundering, AML, rules that providers can really enforce come to mind. If they need to, they can freeze assets or take them back. They can add information about the bond, such as terms or reservations. They can safely handle distribution with multi-signature permission and escrow. Take a look. All of this stuff has to be in place if we want to go after those big use cases and big asset types we've been talking about. What really stands out to me is this. This standard wasn't made without any input. It was made with real business goals in mind. They did study and talk to institutions to come up with features that make tokenization work and are ready to be used on a large scale right now. When global liquidity comes together on blockchain, these are the tools that need to be in place. This is a pretty detailed plan for quickly, safely, and legally taking care of digital goods. This is the reason why MPTS will soon be the standard for all financial transactions that use the XRP database. There's more. The full breakdown goes into detail about why financial devs are picking the XRP ledger as their RWA tokenization platform. It also goes into great detail about MPTS. Please understand something I need you to know. Tokenization on the XRP system is going to be very different after this. This makes all of those huge use cases possible that we've been talking about for, 2 or 3 years now. This possibility has been talked about for a while, and now it's happening. Okay, now here's the thing. For regular users like us, these features might not seem very important, but for issuers and big players who want to tokenize assets, these are the most important things. An engineer at Ripple named 𝗙𝗶𝗃 wrote a great post that I found on my feed. I'm going to share what he said because it really makes sense of this. The multi-purpose token standard is now live on the XRP ledger mainnet, he wrote. A new native token standard is being developed to make putting real-world assets on the blockchain much easier, safer, and more like how banks work. This is what makes MTS unique. MTS aren't made with custom smart contracts like most other coin standards are. These things are built right into the system. That's really big. This means that every token released on the XRP ledger can have built-in features for compliance, control, and metadata. This is done without adding extra code layers or risk. Why does this really matter? Well, most organizations that are looking into tokenization today are running into the same problems. Security checks, hard to understand custom contract reasoning, and regulatory uncertainty. MPTS gets rid of a lot of that extra work by taking care of all the core needs directly at the ledger level. Check out the features that providers can use right away. Authorization for KYC and AML with allow lists, transfer rules and limits set by the issuer, freeze and clawback functions, on-chain metadata for reporting and disclosure, and the ability to handle multiple signatures and delegated keys. Now that these controls are built in,